is National Suicide Prevention Month. It's an opportunity to raise awareness about suicide, reduce stigma around mental health, and provide support and resources for those affected by suicide. It is also a time to highlight stories of hope, resilience, and action. And that's why we're so happy to be joined this morning by Cal Riley, a retired Army officer, business coach, and mental health advocate. He's put out a new book, his debut book, by the way, Entrepreneurial Compassion, which ties leadership, service, and importance of compassion together. Cal, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So this whole mission is personal for you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so for me, Ken, this book stems from an experience that I had in processing my brother's suicide a couple years ago. And for me, what the purpose of this book is my goal is to create 1 million compassionate leaders. And I think if I can do that, if we can do that, it will lead to the prevention of 100,000 suicides.
And I'm glad you mentioned the whole idea of compassion, because in perusing the book, the part that really caught my attention was this excerpt from Thrown into the Deep End, where you write about your dad.
Yeah.
My dad was an inspiration to me for what it meant to be a compassionate leader.
Yeah.
He always put other people first, and it showed. You struggled with taking over the business when he passed away.
I did, yeah. It was one of the hardest things that I ever had to do, and I would not have been able to do it without a fantastic team that supported me and that had my back. And frankly, that was when I first started discovering this concept and really this work of this project. And I think I should mention that all proceeds of this book go to Stop Soldier Suicide, which is a nonprofit, which its goal is to prevent veteran and military suicides. But really, the process of writing this book started with my brother's suicide, and it led me to really reevaluate my whole life. And I realized that as an entrepreneur, we have this God-given drive that nobody can take from us. But sometimes that drive can push people away. And what I found, Ken, when I really reevaluated my life, and specifically when I took over after my dad died, was that it wasn't the drive that helped me to become successful and that helped my company become successful. It was the compassion. It was truly showing that we really care about people, and that's what really made a difference. And I think that's what can make a difference in the world, and that's what I want my brother's legacy to be about.
And compassion is a real central focus of this book. When people pick up this book and read it, and they're talking about service, they're talking about leadership, but that central point, compassion, what are you hoping they will glean from it from the minute they pick it up to when they read the last word in this book?
I think the first thing is that as leaders, we underestimate the impact that we have to those around us. People spend most of their lives working, most of their awake lives working, and the amount of impact that we have as leaders is incredible. So we have the ability to change lives. We have the ability to make things better, but it's got to start from within, right? It has to start with our own self-awareness, with our own caring for ourselves. You have to almost put your own oxygen mask on first, right? Before we can take care of anybody else, we got to show that we're compassionate, that we care about ourselves, right? And then we can help other people.
And you know, your military experience, because I'm a veteran as well, so we're taught to be hard-nosed, we're taught to be, go out there with everything we've got. How did that military service shape your ability to be compassionate? Yeah,
I think in really reflecting in the book on my military service, I was a pretty bad leader in the military. I was not an exemplary leader by any means, and I learned a lot of hard lessons the hard way. But at the same time, I had some fantastic leaders that I had the pleasure of serving under, and a lot of them were the inspiration for me and for my leadership style and for forming kind of these concepts of really caring about the guys. Because what do they say? They'll never care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Good point.
Yeah.
The book is Entrepreneurial Compassion, combining leadership, service, and compassion. The author is Cal Riley. You can get it wherever you get your favorite books, of course, online as well. Cal, thanks so much for sharing your perspective.
I appreciate it.
I can't wait to finish this book.
Let me know what you think.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Laura.